Good morning, guys. Myself Ashish Sharma from Techno Instrumentation, Delhi. We are indigenous manufacturer for cable for locating instruments, and we are here to describe about all features of our reflectometer model 610, which is very helpful to take distance to the fault in underground system. This is on off button. We will press this. The system will get boot. Secondly, we will use this high voltage surge generator while taking distance to the fault in combination of reflectometer. Its model number is T103210. The maximum capacity of 32 kV with 1000 joules energy. These are interface of the reflectometer. These are software for reflectometer. We have three testing method for different type of faults: pulse echo method, impulse current method, and decay method. Pulse echo method is useful to take total length of your cable. In case you connect with the healthy phase, you will be able to know the total length of the under test cable. Or in case of open circuit fault, direct contact fault, or faults resistance having below 200 ohms, pulse echo method will be very helpful to show the reflection of the fault. ICM method is very useful in case of high resistance fault, high resistance and intermediate fault. The last one is decay. Decay is useful for very high resistive flashing type of faults. We will show you one by one. First, we will show you how pulse echo method will work. We will use this high voltage probe to connect our instrument to the under test cable. This BNC connector will go to the instrument on the TDR like this, and the second end of this cable, these crocodile clips, you can connect these clips directly to the under test cable also, or you can use this high voltage output cable to connect with under test cable. That red clip will go to the face and that black one will go to the armored, and the second end of this cable, high voltage output cable, will go to the under test cable. Now we have connected our TDR to the under test cable. We will go to the pulse echo method. These are the settings we have to follow. Range is there. You can choose the kilometer range as per your under test cable. We are using we have 1 kilometer total length of this under test cable, so we will use 2 kilometer, which will come default. Cable library is there. We need to choose VOP as per your under test cable. So we are testing ST cable. So we have selected this 81 HT for Pilka cable. 81 is the VOP. You can change it by selecting the options. So we have select 81, which is suitable for ST cable. Other one is pulse width. It will be auto. Pulse amplitude will be auto. Configuration is there. The high voltage output cable we are using length is 25 meters. So we will put 25 meter at high voltage output cable length option. Make it save. So it will reduce the length of connecting high voltage cable from the calculation of cable length or cable fault. Just press on continue. This is our total length of the cable. It's showing. We will put cursor. Cursor 1, from where this cycle will start, and cursor 2, where the impedance get changed. For fine tuning you can use this arrow. By putting this cursor 1 and cursor 2, you will get the total length of your under test cable. By placing cursor 1 and cursor 2, you will be able to measure your total length of the cable. You need to put cursor 1 on the first highest peak showing in your grid, and cursor 2 on the second highest peak, like this. First highest peak and second highest peak. The total length of this cable is 885 meters approximate. In previous case, the face was healthy, so it was showing us total length of the cable. Now in the same face we have just shorted on the other end of the cable. So now it will show you a faulty condition of direct contact fault. In this case, we will put cursor. Again same, cursor 1 on the highest first peak of the graph, and cursor 2 where it's getting negative. Like this. Now this is faulty condition. In case of fault, it will get negative. If it is healthy, it will go positive. You can have distance of direct contact fault also on pulse echo method. While using pulse echo method, there is no use of surge generator. we are using only high voltage cable of your surge unit to connecting our TDR to the under test cable. So like this you will be able to know the distance of direct contact fault in pulse method. Now we will take distance on impulse current method. Select mode, impulse current method, 2 kilometer range, velocity of propagation is 80. We are using 25-meter high voltage output cable, so we will put 25-meter in this high voltage cable length option and save. Continue. In ICM method, we will inject high voltage surge to the cable. So we will connect surge generator to the under test cable. And we will use this signal cable other end of this cable will go to the signal point of the surge generator. So these are the connection we have to make. So we have connected our reflectometer to surge generator by using this BNC cable. So now for taking distance to the fault on impulse current method, we will inject high voltage surge selection. We will make it run. Now it's on short waiting mode. So we will apply high voltage surge with surge generator. We got the distance, but we need to increase range of our grid by selecting this. Right now it's 2 kilometer. Yeah. Again we will put one high voltage surge. In case of ICM, impulse current method, we ignore first cycle. First cycle may get some noise also. So we will consider second cycle. Second rising peak Yes. We will have few more glove. The other repeat. In this case, we will put cursor peak to peak. Cursor 1 on the second highest peak and cursor 2 on the third highest peak. You will get the distance in meters like this. We have one more faulty phase. We will also check that other one also. We have changed the phase. Now we are applying voltage with surge generator and take distance on the impulse current method. Yes. We will put cursor 1 on the second highest peak and cursor 2 where it goes down and again rising like this. You can see the repetition of these cycles, but as you can see that energy is getting lost. So we will get the maximum result on this cycle, this second cycle of this graph. We got the distance of 445 meter approx on this phase. Third testing method is decay method for high resistive flashing type of faults. Select mode, decay, 2 kilometer is sufficient as we are testing ST cable 80. (25 meter) is the length of our under test high voltage output cable. Continue. Yes. You can increase the gain of cursor 1 on the first rising peak, cursor 2 where it gets down and rise again. This is our distance on decay method. in case of very high resistive flashing type of faults, especially flashing type of faults. So we have described all three methods for taking distance to the fault: pulse echo method, impulse current method, and decay method. Thank you very much.